Hey everyone, James Baek here, and it's time for some more VGC 2015 battles, Friend of those battles spotlighter. Today's team will be Scizor, Greninja, Latias, Zapdos, Chandelure, and Terrakion. We're going to find two battles and see how this team does. We're going to find Michael from Australia, 1656 rating to kick this off, VGC 2015. Let's do this. Michael's got an interesting team. We got the Arcanine, the Rotom Cut, the Gengar, Terrakion, Salamence, and Milotic. From this team, I would assume it's a bulky Arcanine with Intimidate and Will-O-Wisp and Snarl, maybe Morning Sun as well. We have the Rotom Mode, which is kind of an interesting Pokemon. It did get second at Worlds from Judy Azzarelli. And we got Gengar, most likely holding a Focus Sash, and probably the standard support set now. We have Terrakion, who's a very strong hitter. Salamence, very powerful Mega. It's the Mega of his Pokemon, unless that's Mega Gengar. Highly doubtful though. And we have the Milotic that is preventing any Intimidate users from coming. But I don't have Intimidate on this team anyway. Chandelure actually really matches up against this team well. And so does Greninja actually. I'm really liking Greninja and Chandelure as a lead. I don't like my Latias, however. Actually, I sort of do. I'm actually not sure about my Greninja. Greninja it's physical. It does a lot. I'm thinking of Chandelure and Latias in the back with Scizor and Greninja in the back. I don't know about how I would say about Terrakion. It does do well against Salamence, the Arcanine, and the other Terrakion, but I don't want to risk the speed ties. I don't like Zapdos could be great in this situation, but I think I actually forgot to teach it HP Ice, which I was supposed to do in the last episode, but it's fine. I don't think I would bring it anyway, just because of the Gengar and the Terrakion that just does heavy damage. The Rotom also would probably wall it. Gonna pick these Pokemon. I'm bringing Latias. Communication error. DC, why not? We're gonna find another battle. We'll be right back. We're back from my opponent's DC. We're gonna go against from the United States, 16-something rating. We're gonna see an interesting team. We see Togekiss, Kangaskhan, Amoonguss, Bisharp, Rhyperior, and Arcanine. Really interesting team. You see two forms of redirection in the Togekiss and the Amoonguss, which both can redirect attacks, so I'm gonna guess this is really heavy Kangaskhan support team, which it actually does look like. We got the Bisharp, who's preventing any Intimidate users from coming in thanks to its Defiant ability. We got the Rhyperior, who's a very strong Pokemon in VGC. I feel like it's underrated, but it's very strong. Most likely, it's probably holding like an Assault Vest or Weakness policy. And we got the Arcanine, who actually brings Intimidate and Will-O-Wisp Snarl support to the party. Greninja does super well here if I had a Water type move. I like Terrakion here too. But I feel like he's gonna lead Amoonguss. I doubt he would lead the Arcanine. My Zapdos is safety goggles though, so I could bring it. I'm thinking of leading Scizor. I doubt he will lead Arcanine, to be honest. And I'm thinking Terrakion as a lead. Because Terrakion threatens this entire team. I'm expecting Kangaskhan and Amoonguss to lead. He might lead Rhyperior. And with Chandelure and Greninja in the back. Yeah, that's how it looks. The only problem is if I do lead wrong, it's going to cost me since my switch-ins aren't that great, as I can't really take a hit with my switch-ins. So I'm going to have to play very cautiously. Scizor and Terrakion are going to lead. And let's see what my opponent leads. Probably Kangaskhan and something. Togekiss and Kangaskhan. I'm perfect with that. Kangaskhan's probably going to go for a Fake Out onto one of my Pokemon. And that Togekiss, I would probably assume it's going for Tailwind this turn. But I'm going to go for the Quick Guard, going to prevent the possibility of Fake Out with Quick Guard and Bullet Punch the Togekiss. Since it is a Choice Banded Scizor, it should do a lot to the Togekiss. Probably break it down to any Citrus Berry. I'd probably assume it's a 2-hit KO. Kangaskhan is going to Mega Evolve. I mean, why wouldn't you have a Mega Kangaskhan if you're not facing a Ghost type? It's going to get Parental Bond. Let's see what it went for. I'm really assuming it would go for. But Terrakian's going to get this Quick Guard off. Let's see, did you go for Fake Out? No, he didn't. Did you go for a Low Kick? Bullet Punch actually knocks out the Togekiss. Wow. Let's see if he went for Low Kick or Fire Punch. Power Punch. I'm actually fine with that hitting Terrakion. That does bring his Kangaskhan to a +2, but then again, Terrakion's like, I can deal with you, pal. He's probably going to send out Arcanine and bring out the Intimidate. Unless he was fine, because his Kangaskhan can live a close combat from Terrakion, which I'd be surprised about, but Rhyperior is actually coming in. If he didn't go for Fake Out, there's a possibility he has Protect. Gonna Bullet Punch in close combat this Rhyperior. Yes, Kangaskhan does have Protect. Great call I was able to make. And close combat plus the Choice Banded Bullet Punch should knock out Rhyperior. It might not. Bullet Punch did a lot. Weakness Policy, Rhyperior. That's good to know. That's really good to know, actually. As close combat's gonna happen onto this Rhyperior. Will it knock it out, though? Yes, it does. And I take a really early lead. Critical hit. Oh, that actually might have mattered. I'm trying to think about counts here. I think I should have been able to pick up the knockout no matter what. It really just depended on how much investment, but Amoonguss is going to come in, and that's a Pokemon that's going to be a problem. I'm going to switch out Scizor into Chandelure. And go for the Protect with Terrakion. Yeah, it's a really safe play I'm actually going to make. He's really got a Rage Powder here with Amoonguss if he wants any chance of this. I'm going to take advantage of that. Chandelure going to come in and Terrakion's going to Protect. Let's see. Yep, the Amoonguss is going to go for the Rage Powder as anticipated. Let's see what his Kangaskhan went for. A Power Punch into the Terrakion slot. I'm fine with that. I'm going to Heat Wave because I'm predicting another Rage Powder and go for the Quick Guard to prevent any Sucker Punches from happening onto my Chandelure. This could ended up working really bad actually, but yeah, he is going to go for Rage Powder. Let's see if his Kangaskhan went for Sucker Punch. No it didn't. Heat Wave going to happen though onto both his Pokemon. This does do a lot of damage. Yeah, look at that. It did a lot to Amoonguss. As Kangaskhan reveals the Crunch! Not usually seen on Kangaskhan, but it did help my opponent in this situation. If he had Sucker Punch, Quick Guard would have affected him. But I'm fine with losing Chandelure here, actually. Gonna send out my... Well, now that he doesn't have Sucker Punch, I'm fine in this situation. Gonna send out Greninja. And since he doesn't have Sucker Punch, he can't really touch my Terrakion. I'm gonna Ice Punch the Amoonguss and go for the close combat. I really don't see myself losing since he doesn't have Sucker Punch. If he Rage Powders, Ice Punch will kill it. And if he protects like he does, I get a free kill on the Kangaskhan. Ice Punch gonna happen into the Protect of the Amoonguss, and the close combat's gonna come out onto Terrakion. No Intimidate, so that Terrakion is gone. Bye bye Kangaskhan. As Terrakion's defense is going to fall, and this Amoonguss can't win 1v3. I'd probably assume a forfeit coming, but, you know, just Ice Punch and Rock Slide should finish this off. As my opponent does forfeit. Okay, so that was a really interesting play my opponent made. As you saw that he had Protect, I'm kind of surprised. Maybe he anticipated me to go for Rock Slide, predicting Follow Me from his Togekiss, but I was just able to knock out the Togekiss no problem. As you saw, Choice Banded Scizor does work. And Close Combat Crit probably didn't matter actually, but it might have. I don't think it did, because I think Close Combat from Terrakion, since it's stronger than Bullet Punch from Scizor, I think it would have knocked it out either way, so that's my perspective of the game, but we are going to find a game 2. Our second player will be Luke from Italy, VGC player, 1656 rating. I feel like I faced this guy before. Maybe it was on a YouTube video. Oh, but Clefairy! Clefairy is an interesting Pokemon. It's like Clefable, which has been used to great success by a player named Angel Miranda. Follow Me support is great, but Clefairy is actually an interesting Pokemon. It gets the ability Friend Guard, which, with Friend Guard, you're actually able to reduce damage output to your allies by 25%. It's a really strong Pokemon in my opinion. I've been testing with it, and I love it so much. And this team's actually really threatening. We got Clefairy. Follow me support. Violet actually boosts its defenses quite a bit, but its special defense is where it matters. Probably heavily invest in special defense if I had to say anything. Terrakion, probably Lumberry, I would assume. That's the most common item. I would assume Focus Sash and Breloom that can Spore. The Heatran, I'd probably assume a substitute variant is the most common, but it could be offensive with Flash Cannon or HP Ice or something crazy like that. We have the Salamence here, who's a very strong Pokemon. Actually, Greninja does really well in this, I just realized. And the Suicune. Suicune's going to be an annoying issue. I think I'm going to lead Greninja in Zapdos. As it really does well, I can't get spored with my Zapdos since I do have the Safety Goggles item preventing any spores. And in the back, Scizor is a must. Now, do I want... It depends. I could bring Chandelure, and Chandelure does pretty well against this team, but I really want Terrakion. I don't think Latios is going to help here. Only reason I don't think Latios is going to help here, even though there are two fighting types on the field, it gets walled by the Suicune and the Heatran, and Mega Salamence does usually outspeed it. And I'd rather just have a way to hit the Heatran so my Scizor can come in and bullet punch everything, other than the Suicune, who I have Zapdos for. But let's see how this is going to go. Clefairy is a very interesting Pokemon. I hope we do get to see it, as it does a lot of work. It probably can't live a Gunk Shot from Greninja, though. Unless it's, like, really heavily invested, but I don't think it can. Zapdos and Greninja are going to lead for me as Breloom and Heatran. I'm fine with that. Actually, maybe I'm not. I wish I had a water type move on this Greninja, but I don't. I'm gonna protect Greninja and go for the Thunder Wave onto the Breloom. Greninja is gonna protect, it's gonna turn into a normal type. Let's see what's Heatran run for. I'm gonna assume maybe Substitute. He is gonna Mach Punch into that slot. Thunder Wave gonna happen onto his Breloom, which is nice as I'm gonna get a chance to slow it down and maybe paralyze it. He's just gonna go for the Heat Wave, which I'm fine with actually. If he set up a Substitute, I might have been in trouble there. Now I'm gonna go for the Rock Slide and the Thunderbolt onto the Breloom slot. Actually, it won't KO. What am I doing? I wish I had HP Ice on the Zapdos. Rock Slide is gonna connect, fortunately. I could get a flinch, or he could get parried. Very unlikely Breloom's able to move this turn. Wow, that Rock Slide, he took it well. He didn't even go for the Mach Punch, actually. Thunderbolt gonna happen onto Breloom, though. This should do a decent amount. That doesn't even bring it under half, actually. The Heatran's gonna flinch, but Breloom gonna go to Spore into the Zapdos slot. I'm fine with that. As Safety Goggles is gonna activate. I'm gonna Gunk Shot the Breloom and Thunder Wave the Heatran. Yeah, Thunder Wave the Heatran. I was thinking of going for Roost there, but Breloom is gonna protect. I'm fine with that. As I'm going to turn into a Poison type with Greninja, which means Mach Punch won't be knocking me out anytime soon. Thunder Wave going to happen onto this Heatran, that's going to slow it down. That means my Scizor can actually come in and take care of the Heatran with Superpower. Heatran's actually going to get paralyzed, so I did get fortunate there. He knows he can't Mach Punch with Breloom. He knows he can't do that. I'm going to Gunk Shot the Breloom. And I think I'm actually going to go for Swagger onto the Heatran. I'm going to prevent this Heatran moving. I think I'll need Greninja to knock out the Clefairy in the back. And it does outspeed Mega Mance. Well, Mega Salamence, either way. And that's a Pokemon I do not want to deal with. Gunk Shot, please hit. Yes, it does. Finally, after missing the Togekiss last episode, you actually hit a Gunk Shot. And even though it's a Breloom, you do actually pick up the knockout. As I'm going to lose some HP, Swagger going to happen onto the Heatran, going to increase its attack by 2 levels, but it's going to get confused, so it has a very low chance of actually hitting me this turn. It's most likely not going to be able to attack, but it's actually able to get the attack off, but Heat Wave, Zapdos avoids the attack, and I'm actually fine. Oh, Heat Wave knocked out, critical hit on my Greninja. Okay, that's fair actually. I did get quite a bit of luck against the Heatran. Gonna bring out my Terrakion. I'm gonna assume Salamence would come in though. Terrakion gonna come out, and the Clefairy from my opponent's end. Okay, that's the case. His Heatran is confused, paralyzed, and I can Rock Slide flinch it. And I'm gonna switch out my Zapdos into my Scizor. Because I'm playing my odds. I'm hoping. Then again, I don't think his Heatran has any reason to go for the Heat Wave. He'd rather go for the Earth Power onto Terrakion. As I'm going to send out my Scizor and hope that this Heatran gets flinched, hits itself, or gets paralyzed. His Clefairy is going to go for the Follow Me, kind of obvious. That's why I went for the Rock Slide. Rock Slide going to happen. Clefairy is actually going to avoid the attack, but I just need Heatran so I get a chance to immobilize that Heatran this turn. Let's see, it has to break through a lot. But it gets the Heat Wave off. No, that's actually big. That's able to knock out my Scizor. That's huge. That's huge. Oh. Really, he got to play all the odds, and I guess that is one of the perks. Why I shouldn't be using Swagger, because my luck isn't that great. But it does put him back into this game, but if he keeps going for the... He does have a chance to be immobilized sooner or later. I'm going to go for the Rock Slide again, and I think I'm going to Roost with Zapdos. Actually, no, I'd rather get damage on the Clefairy. Who I don't think is actually going to go for Follow Me. I feel like he's going to go for another support move if he has it. Maybe Icy Wind? I don't know. Clefairy and Clefable has really interesting movesets, but no, he's just going to go for Follow Me. They have like Icy Wind, Thunder Wave. They got a bunch of support. Rock Slide going to connect with both Pokemon this time. Let's see how bulky this Clefairy is. Oh, that's a bulky Clefairy. Thunderbolt going to happen onto the Clefairy. That did a lot, and the Heatran does flinch this turn. I'm going to Rock Slide again and Thunderbolt the Heatran slot. Yeah, I have no reason not to. Yeah, he's not going to go for Follow Me anymore. Rock Slide's going to happen. And I'm going to pick up the knockout on this Heatran, so it can't Earth Power me. Thunderbolt going to happen onto the Heatran. Yeah, that's a bye-bye Heatran. Kind of wish I didn't have Swagger, because he has, oh, Thunder Wave into the Terrakion slot. I do carry the Lumberry, so that's fortunate for me. As I don't have to worry about this paralysis. Sorry, Clefairy, but you're not paralyzing me soon. We're going to see Salamence in the back. If he didn't bring Salamence, I'd be really surprised. Maybe Terrakion. Terrakion would actually put him in a really nice position, but it's probably Salamence. Yeah, there's a Salamence. 2 plays my opponent can do now. Don't think Rock Slide can knock out the Clefairy actually now. But predicting Salamence to protect, I'm going to double target the Clefairy with a Thunderbolt and Rock Slide combination. What would be wrong with that? I guess if he protects Clefairy and attacks with Salamence, but I think he'd rather get the speed boost to avoid any possible flinches with my Terrakion. No, he's actually just going to go for Follow Me. I'm fine with that. Let's see what Salamence went for. Rock Slide. Salamence avoids the attack. I really wanted chip damage onto that Salamence, but oh well. Rock Slide. Gonna miss the KO as I predicted onto the Clefairy. He's gonna Double Edge onto my Terrakion. I'm fine with that as he's gonna take Recoil. And I knock out the Clefairy. Yeah, the Thunderbolt onto the Clefairy. And I'm a bold Zapdos, so I can take his hits rather well. Don't know what his set is. Could be Roost, Dragon Dance. He could have Dragon Claw, but I don't think Dragon Claw would do that much. I'm gonna Thunder Wave his Salamence. Yeah, Thunder Wave. Dragon Dance. Okay, the Dragon Dance is coming out. Not really surprising to be honest, but I'm not sure if a +1 can knock out my Zapdos. Gonna Thunder Wave the Salamence, try to increase my odds of winning this game. It's coming really close to the wire now. As I'm gonna Roost with my Zapdos and heal back. Actually I don't feel like roosting. I'd rather just go for the Thunderbolt onto Salamence. Not going for Swagger obviously, because that would be a death sentence if he actually connects. Thunderbolt's actually able to do a lot. And the Salamence is actually paralyzed. That's perfect. That's as perfect as the turn I could have gotten. One more Thunderbolt should actually knock out the Salamence here. And it does. So able to take a close game. Was playing my odds a bit because I knew Rock Slide has a 30% chance to flinch my opponent. So it's really, really probable that one of my opponent's Pokemon would flinch. Kind of surprised the Heatran didn't flinch that one turn where he Heat Waved my Scizor. I was trying to play my odds, but it didn't work. And guys, I think we're almost at 1800s. I think that battle put me into 1770s or 1780s. So this team is actually doing really well. Yeah, but otherwise, be sure to give me a like. Give me a like to support the series and to support 2 battles per day. Or per video as well, that's also true. Be sure to follow me on my social medias, Twitter, if you want to know about updates about my channel. Or you want to follow me on Twitch because I'm trying to live stream 2 to 4 times a week. And that would be fun. Actually, I am streaming 2 to 4 times a week now, so that is awesome. Definitely follow me. Come check me out when I'm live, and you might be able to battle me on my stream. If you guys want to battle me, you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that can equal a subscriber battle where you guys can battle me here on my channel in different formats such as OU, Ubers, etc. And today is actually the 1 week before my Kid Icarus Uprising series resumes. So that is definitely fun. If you guys definitely like my channel and my content, you should check out my Kid Icarus Uprising Let's Play where I'm doing 9.0 intensity throughout the entire game, which is basically the hardest Kid Icarus Uprising has to offer. So definitely check that out when it comes out next week. And yeah, check out the rest of my VGC 2015 battles down below. If you guys enjoyed this series, you'll probably enjoy the rest of my videos. There will be a link in the description down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.